Oh, there he is.
What up?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm dressed in my baseball uniform for this interview.
Look at you. You're back up, do a little twirl for us. I hope you're dressed from the waist down, too. Looking good. Looking good.
I told Jackie it felt like a job interview, like a Skype job interview, so I decided to dress for the job that I want, not the job that I have, which is no job.
Perfect. All right, we've got 12 people here. Let's get started. First of all, why don't you
Steven's
tell me...
here.
What's that?
Steven's
Hi,
here.
Steven.
Beard family.
Huh. Hey, Steven. If you want to do one of these, let's set that up.
We'll watch
Hi,
that.
Daniel. Y'all get to hear from Daniel. Daniel will be at 4 p.m. today. All right. So why don't you tell me to get us started?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
That didn't work again.
Oh, Zach.
But I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me who you are, where you are, and how we know each other to kick things off.
My name is Zach Schmidt. I am in Nashville, Tennessee. And we know each other for like 6 or 7 years now through James Maple. He brought me to York, Pennsylvania one time for a gig with his friend JJ, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah. You have your own room at my house and everything.
Yeah.
Don't tell James that.
Right.
I think that's his room.
Yeah, we gotta share. That's fine.
And tell me what you do, Zach. Your music.
I'm a songwriter and sometimes singer of the songs. And touring musician.
Sweet. And your home base is Nashville at this point, but you're from...
I'm from Pittsburgh. Yeah.
So you're a Pennsylvania boy.
Yeah.
Hanging out in Tennessee.
Yeah, I've been here for about 6.5 years now, but Pittsburgh is my home.
Steven, this is not FaceTime, but that's okay. That's okay. Well, I'll talk to you some other time about this, and maybe we can work it out. One of the best things about these things is the chats that go along with them. I've really been enjoying this, and I said in Steve's interview that this is the most connected I've felt is when I'm watching these live streams that have a chat feature. Starting with yours, the Stage It one, you had some technical difficulty, and the video and the audio weren't working, and then the chat was still going. And
it was going on. Right, chat. Yeah. It was crazy. And we went back and looked through all that stuff, and it was just amazing to see all the people who like came in and chimed in and were just cracking jokes with each other. So it was pretty great. Yeah, it was a really good time. And then I thought you guys pivoted really well and just switched right over to Instagram, and it seemed like everybody pivoted with you, and the jokes continued. So that was great. Really Everyone caught it except my mom. She was a little late to the game, but she figured it out. Bless her heart. Sweet lady. Well, listen, so what are you guys doing other than those live streams? What are you doing to pass the time here? I mean, you're in Tennessee, so before this even started, the hurricane hit. Tornado. Sorry, the tornado hit. So you were driving around with a chainsaw in your car helping people out. I think it's about 2 weeks, or maybe 2.5 weeks now. Tornado hit here in the middle of the night and ripped a good part of North Nashville, East Nashville, and Hermitage apart. So there's been a lot of work to do for that, and thankfully, the couple days right after the tornado, there was a huge outpouring of volunteers, to a point by the weekend after the tornado, they were kind of turning people away and just asking for goods and monetary donations as opposed to physical volunteer work. And the weather that week after the tornado was super nice, so a lot of people turned out to try to help in that sense. And then, I guess, like I said, that's 2.5 weeks or so ago, maybe 3 tomorrow, but... it feels like it was so much longer than that, doesn't it? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. We are very lucky at our house, the storm came through, but it didn't even blow our trash cans over. But like a half mile away in 5 Points, things are, Basement East is less than a mile away from our house. So,
Oh, wow.
um,
Tornadoes are crazy like that.
tornadoes are crazy like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, the town really kind of like came around, to pick up the pieces. And I can't really speak for people who were directly affected, but it seems like Hands on Nashville and Gideon's Army, the people that were kind of like leading up the charge, did a great job of taking care of people after that.
It was really nice to see that outpouring of support from far away. I was feeling a little bit helpless here since I have so many of my friends who all live down there. And I know we hosted the Minx on, feels like so long ago, March 5th, I think it was. And they had to leave to go on tour the morning after, I think.
Crazy.
So like they felt some kind of way about that. So they had a box where they were taking donations that they were going to take back, cash donations. I gave them, a box of work gloves and things like that to send down. But I thought that was all a really frustrating, interesting thing. And now here we are all stuck in our houses.
Yeah.
And we're having to find new and additional ways to support each other. And what a weird time we're in. Weird time.
Yeah.
Weird time indeed. So what I want to ask you a little bit about today is more music related. What are you guys listening to while you're down there?
Well, we have a record collection of a bunch of various stuff. So we kind of our morning routine, Jackie and I, is to get up and have our coffee together and put a record on. So we've just kind of been sticking to that. That routine, and just kind of, digging for stuff maybe we don't listen to as much, and trying to get out of the old regulars and into some new stuff that, records we bought randomly. But we've just been kind of going through the record collection.
That's good. What have you listened to today, for example? Did you get to listen? What time is it there? You're just an hour behind me, right?
Yeah, it's 11.
Okay. What you got?
Well, I mean, this is an old stands by. I say we've been going through the deep dive, but it's an old stands by. So we listened to that this morning while Jackie made breakfast for us, and here we are.
I bet that the singing along to those records in your house sounds a lot nicer than the singing along in my house.
I don't know.
Especially with my bronchitis, it's even worse.
Yeah. But I listen to a lot of podcasts too. So one that I've really loved is Poetry Unbound, and it's like write it down.
I am going to write it down. Pro tip, if you're listening through these, you should have a paper and a pen with you. We found out in the last one because everybody's making really good suggestions. Poetry Unbound podcast.
Yeah, and I wrote down the guy's name actually because I didn't know. It's Padraig O'Tuma is the guy who hosts the podcast, and he's an Irish poet, and he basically goes through a poem. They're short podcasts; they're like 10 minutes. He reads the poem, kind of talks about his thoughts about it, reads it again, and you're out of there.
Perfect.
And it's really great. They do Monday and Friday, so I try to listen to, like skip some and then save them up for when I really need to go through, but try to do those. I really enjoy that one.
That's good. That's our first, you're only the second interview, but that's our first podcast recommendation.
All right, great.
And I like that it's a bite-sized one like that.
Yeah.
Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs does one that's similarly short. It's called, I'll try to remember to say it on the next episode, the next thing. But I forget what it's called, but he talks about people that you may not, it might be called People You Don't Know. That's not right. Whatever. He talks about somebody from history or a celebrity, but he doesn't tell you who it is till the end.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I often know who it is by the end, but even so, it's delightful, and he has such a nice voice. It's nice to listen to him. So that's my favorite short form podcast.
And is he's like a history buff, or like went to school for history, right? That's kind of his deal, right?
I don't know that, but I do know that he's from Baltimore and he was in the Baltimore Symphony. If you look, I don't remember what baseball team it is. It might be in California and I don't think it's Baltimore, but there's videos on YouTube of him singing the national anthem, and it's beautiful.
Cool.
Mike Rowe.
Yeah.
In your room at my house, there's a framed photo of Mike Rowe.
Really?
Somebody sent me that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, love that dude.
Yeah.
All right, so back to it here. So you've been listening to records, you've been listening to podcasts. So it sounds like vinyl and digital get some time in your house. Talk to me about these live stream shows, what you've learned. Had you done any of those before we were all stuck in the house?
Yeah, sorry, there's a train going by my house.
That's perfect.
We have done a live stream show probably a couple of years ago, right? We had some friends who worked for a company called Concert Window for a while, and so Concert Window was going around, was huge to we had friends in town who were like promoting, like, okay, invite people to a house show, have 20 people there, but also stream it live. And so we did one of those before. Other than that, clearly we're not very good at technology from if you've watched any of the live streams that we've done thus far or any of this interview. So it's kind of like for trying to figure out the Wi-Fi thing. This is all kind of new for me,
Yeah, I feel like we're all learning a lot, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's great. I've really enjoyed so far, just getting on Instagram and watching people pop up and being like, who's doing a live stream today, or who recorded a song that they normally wouldn't play and post it to their Instagram. I watched Mandolin Orange yesterday do a Townes Van Zandt song.
Nice. On
their Instagram, and it was incredible. And so I think it's cool. I've really enjoyed watching everybody else's live streams, and I hope people have enjoyed watching all the ones that we've done so far.
Yeah, and if I can do a plug real quick, over on the Cable House Presents Facebook page, we're posting at least one a day live stream recommendation of shows that Cable House Presents alumni are doing, and yours was the first one we posted. That's what gave us the idea. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Where did you guys live stream with the sign? Jesse, it was at Imogene and Willie, the store that Jackie manages here in town.
Fantastic.
You there?
What other, so you talked about Mandolin Orange. Are you still there? Did I lose you again?
I'm here.
Hello. Okay. Chris Thiele is doing this thing from the guy from Live From Here, Punch Brothers, etc., Nickel Creek.
Yeah.
He's doing this thing live from home, where he's encouraging people to hashtag live from home and do covers. And that's been really delightful too.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw my friend Logan Ledger did something for that, I think, the other day that I saw, which is really cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it was part of that or not, but Brian Fallon from the Gaslight Anthem posted himself sitting at the piano doing a cover of, I don't remember which Counting Crows song. I'm a bad fan of both of them, to not remember that, but something off August and Everything After.
Nice.
Which was cool too, to see people crossing sort of genres you might expect them to be.
We'll have to find that. Jackie loves that album, so we'll have to find that. And
me too. It's one of my favorites. Yeah. The only top 40 band I ever really loved.
Yeah.
I think I've seen them like more than 40 times.
Well,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Almost as many times as I've seen you, Zach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what are you guys working on? Are you what's going on with that?
I think I kind of lost you there for a second, but I think I caught the gist of what you're saying. So I recorded an album last year that I'm trying to get out into the world, and we had some varying degrees of what's the best way to put this?
Hurdles.
Music business hurdles. Yeah, Jackie says hurdles in the background. Where we had a record label lined up, and we're really close to getting that going, and everything fell apart. And then that started to happen again with somebody else, and it all fell apart. So I'm kind of in a place of limbo right now of trying to get an album out that I have done. And obviously this is not the best time to be trying to do that, being that everything is shut down in the world. But I've been writing pretty constantly. It's just kind of how I am. So the fact that we have an album done hasn't really slowed me down on that front. So yeah, I've been writing, and Jackie's kind of like forcing me to journal every day through our quarantine, and you know, been trying to write poetry maybe more than I've been writing songs. And so yeah, just trying to keep my mind occupied and stay busy. And you know, we're both reading a lot and keeping inspired that way.
Any books you want to recommend that you've been enjoying during this time?
Yeah, I've been reading 2 books. I've been reading the Bruce Springsteen biography that he wrote himself. I can't remember what it's called. Born to Run. Yeah, that makes sense. Checks out.
Good.
And I've been reading The Moon is Down by John Steinbeck, which I know is your favorite.
Got a Steinbeck tattoo.
Yeah. So I've been reading those 2. It's, you know, I can only read the Bruce thing for so long before you kind of just get tired of somebody talking about themselves. And so I got to put it. And I love Bruce, and he's one of my favorites of all time. But, you know, you kind of need to come up for air from that every once in a while. And so I've been reading other stuff in between. And it's like 800 or 900 pages long. So
He's lived a lot of life, Zach.
he's lived a lot of life and has a lot of stories.
Have you ever seen Bruce live?
I have not, no.
I only did once. It was sometime in the last 10 years, maybe 10 years ago. It was right around his 62nd birthday, I want to say. And he came out, he played for 2 hours without a break. And then at the end, while everybody else was coming up and taking their bows and whatever, he sat down on a riser on the stage and he took off his boot and he dumped the sweat out of it. I mean, it poured out.
Ooh.
I mean, it's gross, but it's also like, shit, man, the guy's over 60. And it was pretty incredible.
Yeah. The band that I played in high school, all the guys, well, one of the guys really loved Bruce Springsteen, and a lot of my high school friends really loved Bruce Springsteen. And I just, at that time, didn't get it. And so I actively ignored and actively didn't listen to Bruce Springsteen for the longest time because of I had friends who loved him so much.
You're being contrarian.
Yeah. And you know, the older I get, the you know, the more I love him. I don't know, he's incredible.
Yeah.
He's got it. And his new record's incredible. He's still got it.
Yeah. It's really something.
Yeah.
All right. So I've been, are you familiar with Hot Ones?
Oh, the Wing Show?
The Wing Show?
Yeah. So I know they have a game show, and I'm trying to
I
get
haven't seen the
an
game
eye on
show
it.
yet. Oh my goodness. Here's a little plug. If any of you out there know Adam Ditch Kurtz, Ditch has an Instagram account called the Wingdom Review, where he reviews wings. I wish he were on this right now, listening in on the chat here, but it's phenomenal.
Not up yet.
And and I met Ditch through Zach. He was playing pedal steel with Zach and guitar on a couple of tours I think he's been through, and had dinner in my kitchen. But the Wingdom Review, good aside. Anyway, so at the end of Hot Ones episodes, Chris Evans, the interviewer, has people give like a 30-second, you know, here's what I want you to know and where you can find more info about me and that kind of thing. So I'm going to try to incorporate that into these little chats. So
yeah.
You go ahead. Tell us what you want us to know.
Oh, God. So much pressure.
Doesn't have to be. There's no timer going. I can't see my clock, so take as long as you need.
It's like 11:25.
Perfect.
So I guess everything you need to know about me you can find on the internet, www.zachschmidtmusic.com. You can get everything from there. I will have a new record hopefully out this year, as long as, come 6 months from now, we're still not all stuck in our homes, hopefully, knock on wood. And I will be touring that hard, so I'll probably be all over the U.S., hopefully all over the world, and bringing it to you. I'll be in York, no doubt, always. Got to go to Round the Clock.
That's right.
Gotta have that patty melt.
Patty melt, right. I've heard the record. It's so good, Zach. It's really good. Yeah,
and
I
I'll
have
make
a
a quick
copy
plug
on
while we're
CD in my
here.
car.
Another record that came out is Sadler Vaden. I wrote that down because that's one I've been listening to. And he produced the record. Great guitar player of Jason Isbell and the 400 unit. And he put a record out last week or 2 weeks ago. And I've been listening to that a lot too. So
he's funny as hell on Twitter.
He's great. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know him personally, but I enjoy following him on Twitter.
Yeah.
And listening.
He's a great dude. Yeah.
Well, this is great. Can Jackie come on and say hello? Is she still in the room? Does she mind?
She's letting her hair down.
No, I'm not. I'm just.
She's fluffing.
You can explain that I'm still in my jammies, obviously.
Can you hear?
We can hear you. You don't have to come on if you don't want to. You could just talk.
Just come.
Whatever you want.
Hi.
Hey, Jack.
I'm behind Zach,
Yeah.
but like most of you watching from your couches, I have not showered or changed in multiple days. Thanks for doing this, JJ.
Support live music T-shirt yesterday to do my little PSA about this. So I changed one.
I loved it. Yeah. Hi, everybody commenting.
I appreciate you guys so much for doing this. Let's see. So you said it's about 11:30, so we have about half an hour to go. The next one will start at 1 p.m. It'll be with Matthew Stubbs. He's from the band GA20. He's based in Providence. That band is mostly based in Boston. I've never been to Boston.
I think I know that
Aren't
guy.
you from New England, Jackie?
Yeah, she's from outside of Boston.
Yeah. I can't believe you've never been.
I know. And I've never been to Nashville.
Well, two
That's
things
crazy.
we got to change real quick when this is done.
Guest room.
Yeah.
Guest room right there.
It's crazy because people in York, when they're like Lisa, who just joined this chat here, people will go to Nashville, and when they're planning their trip, they text me and say, I'm going to Nashville. I know you know a lot of people there. Help me out. And I'll say, when are you going? And I give them the itinerary or where to go and what night. Always tell them Santa's in honor of you guys on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And then after I give them the whole itinerary, I say, I've never been to Nashville, so grain of salt, but but you guys are all there, so I know it's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much. Stay safe. Stay inside.
All right, AJ, love you.
Stay
Thank you.
safe. Love you.
Too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.